What is going on, everybody? Coach Nick here, back with another episode of the Fit Med podcast. This is episode 13. Guys, excited to talk today. We're going to talk through some tangible steps on how you can work out as a medical professional or a really busy woman with hormonal shifts going on to be most effective for fat loss with your workouts. Um, Quick update before we dive in. Fit Mind Fitness Nutrition, we have been rocking lately. We have had a lot of awesome women joining our program from the US, and then a lot of people from Canada actually lately have been joining, which has been a lot of fun because we've been getting some awesome results with people, tons of people joining the 10 pounds down club, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. So it's been a lot of fun to help women kind of identify the root cause of why they're not losing weight and help them be able to make adjustments. So excited about what's going on. We got it rocking right now. I just got back from Texas. I was there last weekend. I live in Minnesota normally, and I booked my flight on Thursday and I left on Friday. I went down and saw some friends. We actually have a lot of clients in Texas as well. A lot of our coaches have been from there too. So I don't know what it is about Texas, but a lot going on there. So if you're in Texas, and I'm down there again, let me know and we'll have to link up. But um, let's get into it, guys. So the problem that I see with a lot of really busy women that are going through menopause or hormonal shifts, a lot of times you're working really hard at your goals and you're working out, 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week, even sometimes, and it's not working the way that it was before. And that's because you need a different strategy based on where your body is at right now in your 40s and your 50s. It's not going to work the same as it did in your 20s and your 30s. And so there's nothing wrong with that. It's just about knowing what kind of shifts you need to make to see the progress that you want to see. So I'm going to talk through the model that most of our clients will work with inside the FitMind program to see the most success. We're not going to talk as much on nutrition today. That'll be a separate topic, but assuming your nutrition is dialed in, these are the workouts that you should be focused on. So most people inside of our program are working out three days a week, and it's going to be around 30 minutes per session. So they're looking at 90 minutes for the week. And there are very specific workouts to be done during that 30 minutes. Most of the time I find that women are used to kind of programs where the focus of the workout is to get sweaty or get tired, out of breath. If you feel sore the next day, that's making you feel like you're seeing progress. And those are all good things, but that's not necessarily going to be the most effective way to help you lose shred body fat during menopause. Those are sort of false feelings of progress in a way, and we need to shift gears, in my experience, to better see progress. So your main concern in the workouts should be you are getting stronger from week to week and month to month. And the way you are getting stronger is by either adding a rep to your sets or you are adding weight to the bar, the dumbbell, or whatever it is that you're using. And most of the women we work out with are doing it from home, because that's the most convenient. A lot of them work shift work and their parents, and so that fits best in their schedule. So I'm going to talk through what we call the double progression model today, and this can give you a framework for what to follow. Okay, so let me get into that in just a second. If you're going to do 3 days a week, I would follow one of two frameworks. The first framework would be either Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And you're going to do either 3 days where you're working your full body, or what I would recommend is one day you're working your lower body, one day you're working your upper body, and one day you're working your full body, so that you're hitting all the muscle groups twice for that week. So getting into sets and reps. Sets are the amount of times you're going to do a exercise and do a certain amount of reps. So 3 sets would mean I'm going to do squats for 10 reps. That's a set. I'm going to rest for, 2 minutes. Then I'm going to do another set. I'm going to do that 3 times. That would be 3 sets. Reps are how many times you're squatting per set. So if you're doing 3 sets of 10 reps, that means I'm doing 1 set. I'm doing it 10 times. That's a set. I rest, do it 10 times. That's the amount of reps I'm doing. Most of the time, I find the most effective rep ranges to be between 5 to 10 reps. Okay. The reason why that is because we need to be getting close to muscle failure to be really getting the most bang for our buck in our exercises and to drive muscle growth. And the reason why we want to drive muscle growth is because the more muscle tissue you have, the stronger your metabolism is. Think of it like we're adding a piece of wood onto the fire, right? As we're having more muscle tissue, it's going to give you the look that you want, the toned fit look as you're dropping body fat. And so I find that when you are doing less than 5 reps, you have to be lifting very, very, very heavy to get it to be challenging. So muscle failure is if you had a gun to your head, you could not do another rep even if you tried. If I was doing shoulder press, I could not lift it anymore. I had to come down to failure. That's muscle failure. Now, we don't need to be doing that every single set, but we want to be getting pretty close within one rep of that on a lot of our sets. And so if you're only lifting 2 reps, you know, a lot of that isn't really enough to stimulate muscle hypertrophy, which is going to be what you want to build muscle. And it also means that if you're lifting from home, you're going to have to get really heavy weights a lot of times. The reason why I find going over 10 reps is more challenging to get to failure is because typically it's very easy, especially if you're doing like a leg exercise, it's pretty easy for you to become hit failure with your cardiovascular levels before you do muscle levels. So what I mean by that is you could be doing squats. If you're doing it for 15 reps, well, that's a big compound exercise, meaning it's working several muscle groups. You're working your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, a lot of different areas. And it's just taxing on you, you know, and so a lot of times you're kind of getting out of breath as you get closer to the end of that set, especially if you're someone that's newer into working out, and you might have to stop the set because you're just out of breath instead of I truly am at muscle failure because my glutes, my quads, my hamstrings are so exerted. So I find 5 to 10 reps to be kind of that sweet spot to where you can hit close to failure from a muscular standpoint and be able to progress. So 5 to 10 reps around 3 sets is going to be great. What you want to do when you come in for that first, say you're doing a leg day and the first exercise you're doing is Bulgarian split squats, you have some dumbbells, you maybe have a couch that you're going to do it. I would do a couple warm-up sets. So you're going to do maybe you do a warm-up set, you do another one, and then you're into your top first set. That's the challenging set. You're going to go for 3 to 4 sets. And what you're looking for, again, is getting close to muscle failure. So let's say, and a lot of times I'll give this rep scheme for ladies. So they'll do the first set is the heavy set. It is going to be, you know, 5 to 6 reps. By the time I get to 6, I'm at failure. The second set, we're going to back off the weight by about 10%. We're going to go for 7 to 8 reps. And then for the third set, we're going to back off another 10%, and we're going to go 9 to 10 reps. So that first set is the heaviest set that you're going to do after your warm-up sets. Let's just use 100 pounds for easy math. You come in, you can hit that for you get that for 5 reps on the Bulgarian split squat. If you do another one, you would hit failure. You're going to cut the weight off. That second set, you're going to back off the weight by about 10%. You're going to go to 90 pounds. You're going to hit that for 7 to 8 reps. The third set, you're going to back it off again by another 10%, and you're going to hit that for 9 to 10 reps. So let's say the first week that you come in and you can do 100 pounds on that first set for 4 reps. Your goal of the next week is to hit that for 5 reps. And so it's not to get sweaty. It's not to be out of breath. It's not that I'm sore the next day. Those things might happen, but your main thing you should be concerning yourself with is, am I either going up to 105 pounds on that first set, or am I going from 4 reps to 5 reps? That's what you want to be thinking about. Once you can hit the top number of reps in a given set, so again, in this case, we're saying 4 to 5 for that first set. If you can, so the first week you're going to hit it for 4. The second week, your goal is to hit it for 5. So that's a progression up in reps. The third week, I'm going to come in and I'm going to actually add 5 pounds to the bar, 105 pounds, and I'm going to hit that for 4 reps again. The next week, I'm going to stay at 105. I'm going to hit that for 5 reps. The next week, I'm going to go up to 110 for 4 reps. That's what we call the double progression model. It means that one week I'm adding a rep. The next week I'm adding weight, and I'm going back and forth on that. It depends on what your rep scheme is. Again, this is 5 to 6 reps I'm sorry, I said 4 earlier. I meant 5 to 6. That's kind of how you want to progress. And so that's your main objective. When I come into these workouts, that's in my mind because we call that progressive overload. That means that I am progressively challenging my muscles to get stronger. We want to tell your body, hey, I want to build muscle. The more muscle I have, the more strong my metabolism is. The stronger your metabolism is, the easier it is to lose body fat while you're in menopause. And as a busy medical professional, we need to make sure that you're maximizing your time in the 30-minute sessions that you have for the week because you don't have a lot of time. And so that's the main focus of your exercises. Take that across all the exercises that you have. When you come in to do these workouts for 30 minutes, I would maybe hit 3 to 4 main exercises per workout, maybe 5, 3 to 5, somewhere in there, 3 sets per exercise. Now, after you do that first exercise at my Bulgarian split squats, I did that for a few warm-up sets. I went into the heavy set. When you get into that second exercise, you don't necessarily need to do warm-up sets. I would recommend just getting right into the heavy set, barring that you have good form and you feel safe, because you want your money set to be, I am progressing in that exercise. We don't necessarily want to be exerting the muscle a whole bunch and fatiguing it, and then I can't add weight or reps to my sets, which is going to drive muscle growth. So that's how I would recommend doing it. That's what we see a lot of success with in the ladies in our program. We kind of take those exercises, we base them off of each person's body specifically based on the equipment they have. If they're going to do it at home or in the gym, how much time they have, if they have any injuries or muscle groups they really want to focus on. That's how they're able to get the most bang for their buck and really, progress, because a lot of times you're willing to put the effort in. You just don't know what to focus on to maximize your results when you're going through these hormonal shifts and when you don't have a lot of time on your hands because you're working rotations. So guys, I hope that is helpful. If you hear this podcast, you need some help with that, or you just want to get sent over some free workout templates, some generic stuff you could follow, DM me on Instagram. It's nickmatty_, and definitely happy to help you out. And if you're somebody that really wants to progress in the most efficient manner possible and quickly, maybe consider joining our one-on-one coaching program, which you can again find on my Instagram. There's an application link. We have an amazing team of expert coaches, and we're just excited about what we have going on. So guys, I will catch you next week and have an amazing weekend.